I'm in the sound and I saw Wrestlemania 40. I'm not going to be needing this cape anymore. Don't need it. Alright, that's enough of that song. I'm Salad and I saw WrestleMania 40. It was 2 nights. 2 whole nights of fun. Of WWE fun. We had a whole card going on. I'm going to cover all, and I mean literally all, of WrestleMania that happened yesterday. Before I do that, I'm going to tweet this because this is a live stream and I want more people to be here. Alright, let's have a little bit of a tweet. Alright. Have you watched WrestleMania 40? What is your favorite part of WrestleMania 40? Let me know what your favorite part is of WrestleMania 40. What was your favorite fighty fight? Who was the favorite guy that you got to see fight? We have many people who fought in WrestleMania 40. I'm reviewing WrestleMania 40. Hashtag WrestleMania 40. Oh boy, there's so many that happened yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, Sunday and Saturday. It was beautiful. I think it was pretty much both equally as entertaining as the other nights. Not gonna lie, I quite enjoyed it. So, without further ado, it is time to get into the first night of WrestleMania. The first one was, you get the women. The women were fighting. Alright, let me pull up my notes actually, because I have a whole bunch of them. I have all the notes that I have from when I was watching WrestleMania 40. I was taking down some notes. All the fun jazz. Alright, so we have the first day. Day 1. It was the Women's World Championship. It was Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. So, I was watching this. I was thoroughly enjoying it. First of all, Rhea Ripley is such a mommy. I'm like, I want her. I want her. Honestly, can I please have her step on me? Like, watching the episode, watching this, is it an episode? It's like the 40th WrestleMania. It's an event, I guess. Watching this event, I was like, okay, I 100% want Rhea Ripley to win. And so we have this fight going on. And it seems like Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley are pretty much evenly matched during this. We have a lot of holding one or the other. It depends on at any point in the match. Maybe it's Rhea Ripley or maybe it's Becky Lynch holding the other one and then like slamming them into the ground with their backs. And there's like a lot of dirty moves like hair pulling. Oof, I thought that was incredibly dirty. I liked that, and I liked seeing their butts jiggle. Also, Becky Lynch, she's really cute. I really like the fishnets. They really complete her outfit a lot. And also, the fishnets on Rhea Ripley also complete her outfit. I guess, who was I expecting to win? I wanted Rhea Ripley to win, but I honestly was thinking Becky Lynch would win because she's the man. She is the man after all. And I liked the fight that she put up. But ultimately, it was Rhea Ripley. It was very close several times. Like, oh man, I wonder who's gonna win. Oh, looks like Rhea Ripley is about to pin down Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch just kicks out. And I'm like, who is it going to be? At no point during this match was I able to be like, okay, I think I know who's going to win, because my guess changed at every second. And I like looking at them recover too, because there's a considerable amount of recovery time that they have to do, which is fun. So overall, I really liked this match. My favorite part has to be their butts jiggling, though. That's the highlight of this match. So Rhea Ripley, heck yeah, she won. So then we have the 6-pack ladder tag team championship. And who's in it? Well, we have the Judgment Day versus DIY versus Awesome Truth versus the New Day versus A-Town Down Under versus New Catch Republic. So we got a bunch of people, they're on ladders, and we have 2 sets of title belts just on top of these ladders. 2 sets of ladders, 2 sets of belts. And on these 2 sets of belts, there are 2 belts ripe for picking. And there's 2 tag titles, one for Raw, one for SmackDown. They're colored retrospectively. And I like seeing them. First, they're climbing on top of the ladders. And then everyone is doing this. It's not a specific person who's doing this. It's like everyone's taking turns doing this maneuver, where they climb to the top of the ladder. Like, one person will climb to the top of the ladder, and then another person will be on the opposite side or come from below them and throw them off of the ladder there. And it's pretty high distance, this ladder is. And so I'm seeing these people fall from this high of a distance. I'm like, oh boy, I hope that they're, doing good. I hope their back isn't broken. I'm watching this like with the concern and safety of everyone involved. Of course, there's mats and all that fun jazz, but still, these guys are dealing with a lot of ladders. And also, whenever the ladders stop standing and we have like collapsed ladders, there's several times where we're throwing each other into ladders, and whenever that would happen, I'm like, oh man, oof, ouch. The ladder does not seem very good. Does not seem very safe. I don't like the ladder. I don't want to get hit by the ladder. I actually feel kind of bad that they're dealing with the ladder. But, at the same time, okay, here's a trend that I noticed. So whenever there's somebody going to the ladder, climbing the ladder, they stop at like the second or third rung from the top, and then they start trying to grab the belt. And I'm like, why don't you just go all the way to the top? But they're usually not able to grab the belt before somebody else drags them down from the ladder. My favorite moment from this ladder match has to be like taking all these people on top of the ladder. Is like two ladders full of people, and then it like topples over and like all of these people fall, and I really like that. But ultimately, A-Town Under wins these SmackDown tag titles, and Awesome Truth wins Raw tag titles. So there's, I believe it was the SmackDown one that was claimed first. That one was claimed first, and then it was Raw for a while. And I was like, okay, I wonder how long it'll take for these to claim. It took like 15 minutes, but it was a lot of effort. I like the effort that they put in. It was very well done. Here's another round after this fight. Something I was really looking forward to. Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. And this is like a tag team match going on. Oh boy. The Rey Mysterio Dominic Mysterio feud has to be one of my favorites going on with this storyline within WWE right now, because oh boy, Dominic, he just seems like a guy who is trying to go against his father for going against his father's sake. And Rey Mysterio, time and time again, keeps proving how much better at wrestling he is than Dominic is. And I don't think it's like necessarily skill. I think it's Dominic's desire to win and not just analyze the situation and play by whatever, you know, play by. Rey Mysterio has more control, is what I'm trying to say. Rey Mysterio has more control within the dynamic whenever they're fighting, and it's easier for Rey Mysterio to win because Dominic Mysterio is just trying to prove something against his father. Like, I can do this without you. All that fun jazz. And I feel like I like seeing when Rey and Dominic, they're like so close, they're like staring at each other, but Rey Mysterio like won't, not even in this match, won't hit Dominic Mysterio. Like, whenever he hits somebody, it's always going to be Andrade. Whenever Rey Mysterio and Andrade are on the same time. Whenever Rey Mysterio hits somebody, it's going to be Santos Escobar. It's not going to be his son. But I can see in Dominic's eyes that how much he wants to hit Rey Mysterio. Every chance that I see it in his eyes. So this one, it's a fun combination of like acrobatic kickiness and punches. There's not a ton of acrobatic kickiness as there is like punches and throwing people, grabbing people, raising them up and then throwing them on the floor. So there's that. I overall really enjoyed this match. And I'm glad that Rey Mysterio won. Don't give him the satisfaction, Rey Mysterio. Don't give the Dominic Mysterio the satisfaction that he can beat you, dude. Don't do it. So there is that. And then we have Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. We got the Uso brothers. They're fighting. And it's nice seeing them fight because they're so evenly matched. They seem such good teammates that they know what the other person is weak against. And so whenever they're fighting each other, they just seem evenly paced the entire time, even when they're like grabbing each other and throwing them down. It seems like they're both equally as injured as the other person is, which is, I like it because it makes tensions high. I don't know at any given moment who will win. There was several times where I was like, obviously it's Jimmy Uso is going to win. He's got the dominance here. And then, oh, looks like the tide is turning, and now we have Jey Uso's winning. And I'm just like sitting here watching it. I'm like, honestly, because Jimmy Uso is wearing red, I would prefer if he would win. Honestly, honestly, I have to be honest about that. And there seemed to be a lot of like tackle moves in this round, a lot more than most. A lot of tackle moves, some punches, but not a ton of that. Very, very tackle-y round. But ultimately, it was Jey Uso that won this round. So the next one, we have Jade Cargill, who I'm not very familiar with, but we have Bianca Belair. As soon as I saw her name, I was like, oh my goodness, she's going to do the hair whip. She's going to whip people with her hair. I really want that. That'd be so amazing. And then we also have Naomi, and she's cute. Then we got versus Damage Control. Oh man, Damage Control is, not gonna lie, I really like their aesthetic, but they seem like a rambunctious team. The way that they fight, it's very team-based, right? But 1v1, I feel like it'd be easier to take them out 1v1 than it is a team. Like, that's the entire dynamic of Damage Control, is that they work well as a team. They're Damage Control. Versus we have these individual fighters. they can individually fight. Whenever they're trying to go up against like one of the members in Damage Control, it seems like they're evenly matched if it's like they're all getting at each other, one specific person, right? But if Damage Control gets like all of them against one person, then bam, that person is done for. So I saw Jade Cargo's outfit and I was like, oh my goodness. She looks so beautiful. Wow. I love that. I want that outfit. Where can I get that? You know? I was just like that exactly. I love it. It just looks so pretty, and it made me look at her a lot because while she was fighting, she's wearing something very shiny, so she's going to catch my attention. So we got several members. We got several people fighting each other. They all alternate between fighting each other, but generally they're evenly matched. And then we have Bianca Belair. She comes in, right? Because this is a fun time. She comes in. She's like, all right. She runs in. She's like, I ain't gonna I'm not gonna take any badness from anyone. I'm just gonna start running, using the rope to build my momentum. She has her hair whip and she starts whipping people. She starts hitting the Damage Control with her hair, and I was like, oh yes, keep doing it. No one grabbed her hair during this round, which was nice. I was kind of worried about that. I was afraid that if she, you know, had her hair in somebody else's control, then it would be a bad time, and that she would be losing. But honestly, I'm surprised with how this fight turned out. During the entire time, I didn't know that any one person was losing. I feel like WWE, just in general, does a good job of making it seem like you don't know who's going to win until like the very, very end when they do win. And there's several trying to pin people down, but then Damage Control got pinned down, and I'm like, ha, got him, Damage Control, you suck, haha, even though I like your colors and your outfit, you suck, got him. And then it was actually Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. They won that round. Then we have the Intercontinental Championship, okay? Sami Zayn versus Gunther. So Sami Zayn, he honestly looks like a regular guy to me compared to everyone else in this roster. Not gonna lie. I mean, Gunther just looks like he looks like the German ideal. Slicked back hair. He looks so prim and proper and like freshly cut. Is he Austrian or German? Oh man, I think he was Austrian. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but this is from what I remember from the announcers talking about it. But anyway, we got Gunther here, and he's looking, Gunther-y, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm honestly rooting for Sami Zayn because he looks more disheveled in this, and, he takes his shirt off or whatever, but he looks disheveled, and it must be because he's a ginger. I'm like, liking it. I like that, honestly. So here he is, fighting with Gunther, and the fighting style, it's a lot of holding each other, trying to grab the person off of the rope and drag him down. That's not really successful all the time. Sometimes it's successful. I really like it when we have Sami Zayn. He's like, I'm gonna be on the rope and I'm gonna jump on top of Gunther. It works. And then I was like, oh man, Gunther's done for. Nope. How does he still have so much in him? Honestly though, Sami Zayn is just pure will of he's pure will of power, and he's not going to let anyone stop him. he's going to win. That's how I see Sam Zayn. Sam. What did I say? Sami Zayn. Why did I say Sam Zaney? Sami Zayn. So yeah, they're fighting. I'm with the nature of Sami Zayn, I feel like he's always losing whenever he fights and is just barely holding on. Whenever like we have Gunther, he seems like the type to just be in total control, and he is like ultimate authority over everything. That's just what he gives me vibes wise, and how he moves is so authoritative. He has ultimate authority, and he looks like he has ultimate power and control within the situation. As Sami Zayn is just like, I'm just here to survive. I'm the underdog. And then after they fight, they throw each other onto their back some more, and they keep on doing that, and they keep on doing that, and they have to keep on doing that until Sami Zayn pins down Gunther, and Sami Zayn wins. And I was like cheering. I was like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm liking it. Heck yeah. I like that. And then we have the final night. This is the first night. The final of battle. The final fight of the first night. So we have The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. Every time I see Seth freaking Rollins, I just have to say the freaking part out loud. But we have The Rock's here. And I was kind of surprised to see him. I was like, oh, The Rock, he's not in the movie? Okay. That's cool. But then he's showing up. He's looking pretty cool. He like, alright, here I am. I'm part of this family. This WWE family. And I'm here on behalf of the Bloodline because, actually, the Bloodline's, like, splitting up during this WrestleMania. Because Jimmy and, Jey Uso are part of the Bloodline, and they're fighting. And so basically, the only other person who could defend the Bloodline is either Roman Reigns or The Rock, who's also part of it. So yeah, we have The Rock and Roman Reigns is here, and they're like, related. So you gotta protect the guy that you're related to. And then we have Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Cody Rhodes is trying to finish the story. He's just a cool American guy, and I like his outfit a lot. Honestly, he's got a really cool outfit. He has 2 different outfits both nights, because he's in both nights. But he's here. He walks in. He's like, all right, here I go. And they both fight. They both teams fight. Both sets of pairs. Both pairs fight. And it's like a tag team, right? Because The Rock isn't in it immediately. We got Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, they're fighting, and I find it fun that Roman Reigns keeps getting his hair pulled, and it's just, like, pulled around all over the place. It's like, get him, right? I want him to get got. I want him to get pile drive. I don't want him to get him in the back. Like, there's a lot of that. In this match specifically, I noticed there's a lot of climbing on top of the rope and jumping up from on top of the rope and trying to jump onto the person. There is some of that on behalf of, like, Seth freaking Rollins, a couple of that. The Rock didn't really do it much, but The Rock wasn't in it much either. As soon as he was tagged in, there was a huge pop from the crowd. It's like, oh my goodness, The Rock's gonna wrestle, dude. The Rock's gonna wrestle. And so, we have The Rock wrestling, and I'm like, whoa, he's wrestling. There he goes. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's doing it. Oh man, I like seeing the moves of taking The Rock from by the neck and then just moving him around until you can get him to a position where you're holding him, carrying him, and then knocking him onto the arena just like that. He must be heavy. How heavy is he? Like, seriously. I'm looking at this guy, fucking Seth freaking Rollins. He's like trying to pick up The Rock, trying to slam him. Like, no, you're not going to be able to do that, dude. No. Seth freaking Rollins puts up a good fight. His hair gets pulled a bunch, which is a little bit sad. But it's honestly whatever. But ultimately, though, I don't think it was time for Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins to win, because it was actually the Bloodline who won this night. They won this fight. They won it. And then that's the end of day 1. And I was like, heck yeah. How could it get any better than this? I'm not even sure how it can get better than this. Alright. You know, I really appreciate day 2 and how it starts. Day 2 starts with the World the World Heavyweight Championship. We got Drew McIntyre versus Seth freaking Rollins. And I'm like, okay. I remember McIntyre. I remember Seth freaking Rollins. How are they going to try to wrestle each other? Here's how they try to wrestle each other. It seems like they're both like equally the same amount of weight, so they both try to carry each other and slam them on their backs constantly in this. That, and if in between that, there's punches to the face, which I like. I especially like the punching match where it's just like a pshum, pshum. It's just like one going after another one. One slap, another slap by another person, so on and so forth. And I really was engaged with that. I was honestly kind of surprised because, you know, we have Seth freaking Rollins. He's got the nice hair, and his outfit coming into the place. Oh my goodness. What is that? I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I got a gold suit thing, the suit that looks like a flower, and also this blue hat thing. I don't know what I'm looking at. Anyway, it's beautiful. I love it. And then they're fighting. And honestly, this is a whatever fight, I guess. I'm enjoying this. This is a warm-up, but I do like them going against each other, dropping each other, jumping on top of ropes and stomping on the other person. Doing that until we have Drew McIntyre wins. But here's something unprecedented. Or probably has a precedent. That's a wrong word. Here's something I was not expecting. We have Damian Priest comes in. He's like, you know, I have a Money in the Bank briefcase that I would like to cash in. All right, here you go. I'm actually going to be the World Heavyweight Championship. So he just steals the championship title from Drew McIntyre. And I'm like, wow. How heavy even are you, Damian Priest? Are you even... I don't know how heavy he is. So I saw that. I was like, man, he just did him dirty. Why'd you do him dirty? Right. And then the next one up, we got the Philadelphia street fight. And this is just like a bunch of people in the arena just fighting at each other. This is mostly punches. Punches, kicks. Oh, there's a lot of kicks to the face that I noticed. A lot of punches to the face and to the chest too. I thought that was fun. But who's part of this? We got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament. So they're having a little bit of an easy peasy fight. What I like about this fight is that they all start in the arena, and then it seems like pair by pair, they each go outside of the arena and just start fighting outside of the arena. Some of them go into the long ramp before you get to the arena. Some other people just start like going into the crowd, and then we're gonna make our way back into the arena. All that fun jazz. I thought that was fun. I was not expecting them to go into the crowd so much as just stay in the arena, but by the end, there's like almost nobody in the arena, except for like a couple of people, and I found this to be fun because everyone else is like, we're going to be fighting off on our own. We're going to be somewhere else, and then we have Street Profits is like, we're going to win, and then they just win. They go pin, and then they win. That's what I like a lot. Oh boy. Here's a fight that I saw immediately, and I was like, man, this is definitely not a fight that I particularly care about that much. Like, mainly because I don't know much about LA Knight or AJ Styles. But I saw this, and I was like, oh, this is honestly less showy than the other ones. Just by their outfits and how they look. They just kind of look average, both of these dudes. So we got LA Knight, AJ Styles, and the way that they're fighting, I'd say they're doing like the holds. They're doing a lot of holds. They're doing a large variety of styles. Nothing too memorable or remarkable. I remember watching this fight and I was like thinking, man, AJ Styles, who? And then I saw LA Knight. I was like, but your name's LA Knight. That's a cool name. I think you deserve to win, honestly. That was just my thoughts watching these dudes fight. And honestly, there's a lot of my favorite part was when they, have a little bit of a jump on top of each other. And then they're just like in pain because they both injured themselves. And they're just like lying on the floor like, oh, we've hurt ourselves. But ultimately, it was LA Knight. Alright, so here's another fight that not confused, but definitely surprised me. So we got the United States Championship. It's Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. And of course, Logan Paul has been not winning. He's been losing, actually. Everything that he's been in before this, that I've seen at least. And he's just there. The way that he wrestles, I would say it's very aerodynamic. Because he likes to go on the rope, and he likes to jump on top of people in a sprawled out, like bird kind of like way. I think at some point I was watching, and I was like, wow, he looks like a bird. He looks like a bird doing the flying off the rope that he does. I really liked that. I like seeing him go jump. So he does a lot of that. There's some flips that he does. But Kevin Owens and Randy Orton's not jumpy. They're not the type to jump. They're more like the type to just grab Logan Paul and just start hitting him in the face and throwing him to the floor. Bam! Just like that. Bam! All that fun jazz. And so I'm like, okay, they're gonna get Logan Paul. He's going to lose again. He keeps getting hit in the face, and no one's allowing him to get onto a rope, except for a couple times where he does get on the rope, and then I feel like that's like where he most is successful, and that's like where his natural place is to be on those ropes. So then there's the freaking Prime bottle comes in, right? because we're like on the outside of the we're outside of the ring now, and we're carrying Logan Paul. We're about to throw him through this table. We're about to go slam him. Go slam him. Bam. And freaking Prime Ball will be like, "Oh, I'm Prime. I'm gonna Prime all over the place." And then that guy gets jumped on, which is beautiful. I'm gonna fume, and like to the point where his entire costume is gone. It's just the guy left, and then I love it. His costume gets beat off. He gets beat up so much his costume falls off. Or whatever, however you want to say that. But ultimately, the results surprised me. It was actually Logan Paul who won that. I was like, wait, what? Logan Paul wins? Okay. I mean, I heard a lot of boos whenever Logan Paul was in the ring, like, alone, and he was, like, bloviating, like, "Oh, it's me. I'm the coolest man. I am the one. I am the douche canoe," and everyone else is like, "Boo!" in the crowd. There's a lot of boos in the crowd. I think I saw that, and instinctively I was like, now I want to cheer because everyone's booing him, you know? So he did won that. Then we have the Women's Championship, and that's Bayley versus Io Sky. Io Sky, she's got some beautiful makeup on. We got Bayley, and she's, wow, she's a powerhouse in her own regard. Io Sky and freaking Bayley. So here's the deal with this. So Bayley has like a knee injury, and she's recovering from knee surgery or something. It's something to do with the knee. So while they're fighting, we got freaking Io Sky is pulling Bayley and just like to the metal corner, like all the way to the metal corner, and just like starts slamming her knee specifically on the side. Even like goes to the point where like she pulls down her knee pad and just starts slamming her like knee right into the metal. And I was like, dude, that's so brutal. Wow, this is so much more brutal. I don't recall freaking The Rock slamming a guy's knee into the metal. I mean, the most you get is like you're running into turnbuckles. That happens at least once every round. It depends on everyone, actually. Every one of these rounds, there's at least somebody slamming their head into a turnbuckle. But this is new, and this is unique to this specific fight. And I thought it was brutal and noteworthy because Bayley is having knee issues, and freaking Io Sky is like, yeah, I'm gonna break your knee. Oh boy. Even with that, though, Bayley does eventually recover. She's like limping. She hits Io Sky a lot. It's fun. A lot of punches, not a ton of hair pulling, actually. They didn't pull each other's hair that much. The guys pulled each other's hair more than the chicks did, which is nice and respectful. I really appreciate that. But I do like how they fight. Io Sky, definitely, she's a little bit more slick, and she's not as powerful as Bayley. Bayley's a little bit slower than Io Sky, but it's alright, honestly. It's not enough speed to overcome Bayley's strength. There is some moment, right, where I think I saw like 5 times where we have Io Sky and Bayley, and they're trying to like wrap their arms around each other and go into a specific flip or throw or whatever. And they like switch positions like 5 times because they were too close to the edge. So instead they go phew, 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 phew until they get to the middle. And then they perform the move. And I thought that was really funny. I was like, oh, I can tell what's happening here. So there was that. But ultimately, it was Bayley who won that round. And then, here we are. We're at what you want to know about, what you want to watch, what you're here for, what everyone's here for. It's the WWE Universal Championship. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. And this is a doozy because there's some weird stuff that happens like in the middle of this. First of all, right in the middle of Cody Rhodes and freaking Roman Reigns fighting, John Cena and The Rock appear, and then they start fighting. And it's like, what is going on? I mean, this is awesome. I thoroughly enjoy seeing John Cena and The Rock wrestling in the ring. And there's just like so much commotion around this last one. Just a bunch of random stuff just happening around the main fight. We got Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns definitely fight in different ways. It's actually refreshing. They got two different distinct styles. They're both trying to like slam each other into their backs. I feel like this round has the most different types of fighting styles incorporated. Like there's a little bit of jumping off the top of the rope, pulling your opponent off onto the side of the arena. Actually, oh boy, I really liked it when you. Oh, we're about to perform a maneuver. Okay, we're about to be on top of the ropes, and then they get knocked down off the top of the ropes, and then they fall all the way off of the ropes. And I really liked that. But we got Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. They're in an intense battle. I'm watching. I'm like, I'm not sure who's going to win. On the one hand, Cody Rhodes, he has not won yet, but he has the story. He has a story to complete. He has to complete his story. And then we got Roman Reigns. He's just like walking around like, oh yeah, I've been champion for 1,300 days in a row now. And you can't do anything about it. And so he's got the bloated sense of self. Roman Reigns does. And I feel like in Cody Rhodes' fighting style, the way he fights, it seems like he's trying to win. He really wants to complete his story. And Roman Reigns, he's had it for way too long. He's had the title for too many years. A couple years, I guess. So I guess overall, it's fun. I like this a lot. This fight, I was honestly not really expecting Cody Rhodes to. They're kind of evenly matched at the entirety of the entire time. So I'm always not expecting Cody Rhodes to finally have Roman Reigns end his reign. And he's just like tired sitting there. I'm like, okay, hey Roman Reigns, are you going to at all? Are you going to get up? Are you going to protect your title? Like, are you just going to give up? I don't need my title anymore. A part of me is like, yay, go get him, Cody Rhodes. But also another part of me is like, Roman Reigns. What happened? Why'd you do that for? No! Aw. No, you lost your title, dude. I'm sorry. And, like, you can hear the crowd. It's just popping. It's so... They go pop. And a big confetti everywhere. And that's pretty much the end of the pay-per-view. All Cody Rhodes is talking and is like, thank you to everyone who's helped me complete my story. And I will make sure to have my reign last for more than 1,300 days. He doesn't actually say that last part, but I wonder how long he could keep his reign for. So I guess overall, I really enjoyed this event. It was 8 hours of pure fun. A lot of fun events happening. My eyes were glued to the screen the entire time. I remember I was watercoloring while watching this pay-per-view, and they have like all those ads in between, like, and I can just listen to the exposition from like the in-betweens. In between the matches, there's like context for the story, and then also have commercials. So while I was watching this WrestleMania, I was doing watercolor, and I was like, man, I wonder if I can do watercolor and watch these WrestleMania matches at the same time. Cannot be done. Cannot be done. My attention is too sucked into the world of WWE while it's on the screen. So I guess overall, I really enjoyed this. So, I gotta give this whole entire event, it was such a blast. I can't think of any negatives from it. And, oh, wait, before I forget. The highlight was Snoop Dogg hosting. He was watching a fight, and like there's like tables and chairs coming out, and Snoop Dogg is just reacting the entire time. He's like, "Oh, he got a table now? You got a table now? Oh, look at him go!" And he's like reacting like he's in the audience, but he's at the announcer table. So I just absolutely love it. Snoop Dogg is such a highlight in this. It's so beautiful. So many celebrities were at this. Wow. This was such a good event. So I gotta give this, it's a solid like 8 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want a fast track movie review, you can do that for $20 redeemos at patreon.com/ASUpresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, go to this link to find the way you can help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. So you can go here. And until next time, I've been Salad Sauce. See you later, my sour croutons and bacon bits. Boop.